Hi, my name is Dr. Ben Thompson, audiologist, hearing loss, and tinnitus expert. In today's video, I will describe the best hearing aids for 2023. This is an incredible year to consider hearing aid technology, and my team and I have been working hard to come up with this list, so please watch the whole video to understand your options for treating hearing loss or tinnitus. If you're here looking for objective information on the best hearing aids, please leave a thumbs up on this video and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we can continue to provide excellent educational information for you as you're managing these hearing conditions. To make this process easy and helpful for you, underneath this video, I created the different chapters of the video. That means when I describe what are the best hearing aids in different categories in 2023, that you can select the chapter based on what you're most interested in listening to. This video is quite long, so instead of listening to the whole video, you may decide to jump to the different sections that you want to watch. For example, if you're looking for the best overall hearing aids, then click that chapter below. If you're looking for the summary of the best hearing aids for tinnitus relief, then you can click that chapter below. Or if you really love what we're doing here, you can stick with me and watch the whole video so that you can make the best decision for getting hearing aids this year. Let's start with a summary of each category. The best overall hearing aids for 2023 are the Phonak Lumity and Oticon More. The best hearing aids for tinnitus relief can be found in the Treble Health bundle. The best hearing aid for active and outdoor users is the Phonak Lumity. The best hearing aid for those who want flexible remote and telehealth controls is RESOUND. The best rechargeable hearing aids are the SIGNIA Pure Charge and Go TAX. The best hearing aid for techies or those who want many connectivity options is the Oticon More. The best hearing aids for customizable tinnitus sound therapy are the SIGNIA Charge and Go or Widex Moment. And finally, the best over-the-counter hearing aid is the Jabra Enhance. Again, my name is Dr. Ben, your YouTube audiologist. Now we're going to transition this video into more expanded explanations of these different categories. So now is the right time to smash that thumbs up button on this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It makes a big personal difference to me of seeing those subscribers go up. So I would really appreciate that. And now is the right time to look below and pick the different chapter that you want to watch in this video. I think this will make the best experience for you. And if we can make the best experience here on YouTube, plus the best experience of your hearing aids, then I know you're going to be living a healthier, happier life, more connected to family, more involved in your everyday community, and that's really what matters here. So pick the chapter below or just continue watching these videos. We're going to start with the most popular category, which is the best overall hearing aids, followed by the best hearing aids for tinnitus relief, and about 5 other categories. So sit down, grab some popcorn. My name is Dr. Ben from TrebleHealth.com, an online provider of services for those with tinnitus and hearing conditions. Let's proceed with the video. Thanks for being here. Here we go. It's time that we go into the specifics about the best overall hearing aids, starting with the Phonak Lumity hearing aid, followed by the Oticon More. Phonak Lumity was ranked our top choice for best hearing aids in 2023, and the Oticon More was a close second right behind it. In addition to excellent sound quality and many programming capabilities, both devices provide options for tinnitus relief, making them both great choices for comprehensive solutions for those who have hearing loss or tinnitus. The Phonak Audeo Lumity costs between $5,000 and $7,000 for a pair on average, according to sources. That price is if you were to go to a local audiologist in a clinic and get the devices. There are some emerging telehealth groups that are able to work direct to consumer online for these types of devices, and that is something to also consider as well. The Phonak Audeo 90 receiver in the canal hearing aids have 20 frequency bands that can be adjusted in the software by the audiologist. There's an option to get the Audeo Lumity in what is called the Life model, which has the best waterproof rating of any hearing aid. That means you can wear these hearing aids in water and have water splash on them or have them rained on and not worry about the sound quality diminishing. In terms of sound quality, the Phonak Lumity uses a system called Smart Speech, which is designed to reduce listening effort and improve speech understanding in various listening environments. There is a feature called Stereo Zoom 2.0, which works to filter out the background noise coming from voices behind you and on the side of you and focus on speech coming from in front of you. The Phonak Audio Lumity have an automatic program that can recognize different listening environments and automatically switch between those environments to help you hear better. That is called AutoSense OS 5.0 technology. There's an option to have what is called an active vent receiver, and in some cases, this can be used to help improve your understanding of speech in complex listening situations where there's a lot of background noise. The Phonak Lumity devices can be paired through Bluetooth to multiple devices like your computer and your cell phone. There are two charger options. The first is called the Charger Ease, which fully charges in 3 hours. And the second is the Charger Ease Go, which can charge devices up to 3 times on the go. For certain models, you can activate health tracking on your app, and through your MyPhonak app, you can track how often you wear the devices, certain activities, heart rate tracking, and other more advanced biohealth features. There is a great remote support option, and this is something that our team uses quite often as we see patients nationwide, and we've had success using this telehealth remote adjustment of Phonak hearing aids. That means that you can save trips to the office and you can have a more efficient experience of getting help from a hearing doctor, an audiologist. Certain models of the Phonak Lumity have what's called tap control, where you can double tap or tap behind your ear on the hearing aid, and that can set certain features like pause, resume streaming from Bluetooth, accept or end a phone call, as well as start and stop voice assistant like Siri. When we compare these Phonak Lumity hearing aids to emerging over-the-counter hearing aids, those over-the-counter hearing aids are a lot more affordable. However, they're for a much more limited range of hearing. Phonak Lumity can work for mild up to severe hearing losses, whereas over-the-counter hearing aids are just for mild to moderate hearing losses. In over-the-counter hearing aids, there are no tinnitus sound therapy features. In the Phonak Lumity, there are tinnitus sound therapy features. OTC hearing aids do not have professional support that come with them, and an audiologist is very unlikely to program those over-the-counter hearing aids for you. Finally, Phonak Lumity definitely outperforms more affordable over-the-counter models because Lumity has a longer warranty period. They are prescription hearing aids after all, and the over-the-counter devices may not stream or connect through Bluetooth. The Phonak Lumity comes in 3 different models. The first is a receiver in canal model called the Audio LR. Second is a receiver in canal with telecoil model called the Audio LRT. And third is the receiver in canal waterproof model, which is called the Audio Life Lumity. All those models are rechargeable, and they provide direct connectivity to iOS, Apple, and Android smartphones, TVs, and other wireless connectivity options like remote microphones to help your hearing. In terms of the smartphone app, Phonak uses the MyPhonak app, and that allows you to turn your smartphone into a remote control of the hearing aids without having to bring attention to your ear by pressing buttons on your ear. You may notice that the app has a poor rating in the App Store, between 1.8 and 2.2 out of 5 stars on average, and that's from over 9,000 ratings between the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. That said, what typically happens here is that a previous generation of the app can have a bug, and then it gets a lot of bad reviews, and those reviews stay even when the bugs have been fixed. So overall, the app is good to great with the MyPhonak app, despite the low star rating that we find on these app platforms. In the MyPhonak app, there is a remote support feature. So that means that your audiologist that you're working with, for example, if you work with a Treble Health audiologist and we're able to program devices that you want remotely via telehealth online, then one of our audiologists would connect with you to adjust these devices. And through the MyPhonak app, for example, an audiologist can adjust tinnitus sound therapy, providing help with tinnitus relief. At this time, you cannot run a feedback test. Through the online mode, your audiologist can change the sound quality and adjust different settings based on how your experience of wearing the hearing aids are. So overall, that remote telehealth model is very beneficial. There are some limitations that can only happen in an in-person clinic, but in my opinion, those are not essential to get very high quality level of care for your hearing. As I mentioned earlier, there's 2 options of how to obtain Phonak Lumity hearing aids, which we are rating as the best overall top pick for hearing aids in 2023. The first is in-person care with a local audiologist. And you can find them by going to Google and searching for audiology clinics, and look for those that have a very high star rating for high quality, because we want doctors who care about their patients. And that would be our recommendation for how to find these audiologists if you want to go locally. Online, there are various options, TREBLE being one of them. Now, the hearing aids themselves are a big part of the treatment. However, the other large factor here is your audiologist, your doctor that you're working with, to help program, fine-tune, and customize the sound settings for you to give you the best improvements with hearing loss or tinnitus. Phonak Lumity can be programmed in a face-to-face appointment at a local clinic or online in a remote telehealth format. If you have tinnitus, the devices can be programmed for hearing loss, tinnitus, or both hearing loss and tinnitus, with different sound therapy features and fine-tuning adjusted based on your needs. Overall benefits of the Phonak Lumity are that the sound quality is excellent and industry leading. The rechargeable battery system is quality. There are remote telehealth options for these devices. And the company provides a lot of information and how-to guides for how to wear the devices, use them consistently, and some maintenance and troubleshooting as well. As an audiologist myself who focuses a lot on tinnitus, I know that the Phonak Lumity do a great job with tinnitus for those who either have normal hearing or some degree of hearing loss. Some drawbacks of the Phonak Lumity is that if you are getting into the specifics of changing the sound therapy and customizing it on your own through the app, that sometimes certain settings in the phone can reset that sound therapy. So if you have tinnitus and you really like to play around with the sound settings, there have been a few issues with different settings in iPhone, for example, and how that can change the tinnitus sound therapy levels that you set. We're able to make adjustments through it. It's not a deterrent, but it is one of the drawbacks that I wanted to bring up. I know this is a comprehensive guide, but I want to say thank you for watching it. Please do like, subscribe to our channel. It keeps us making these videos as independent audiologists. Next up is the Oticon More. This is also a premium hearing aid that from a clinic will range between $5,000 to $7,000 for a pair of these high-end hearing aids. The Oticon More 1 is that premium line of the Oticon More, and that specific hearing aid has 24 frequency bands, which means that the audiologist can adjust the device for complex kinds of hearing, as well as for very fine-tuned hearing clarity, which can help us in situations that have a lot of background noise. In terms of sound quality and processing, Oticon More is known for having excellent sound quality. Oticon boosts an approach of having hearing aids that support the brain, which they call brain hearing. And using that strategy, the goal for Oticon More and for the patients is to provide the brain with a full soundscape so that individuals with hearing loss can optimize the processing of different sounds and hear more clearly. Oticon More hearing aids are created with what is called a digital neural network, and that is meant to stimulate the processing of the human brain in a way that supports better hearing. Oticon runs on a chip called the Polaris platform, and although slightly technical, this is what makes it possible for them to have a higher capacity to execute different speech processing and give you better hearing clarity. So this is an upgrade from the last Oticon generation of hearing processing. In terms of the rechargeable batteries, the Oticon More has two different options. Both of those options require 3 hours of charging to reach full battery potential, or a quick charge option of 30 minutes that could provide 6 hours of power. They have a standard desktop charger and a smart charger with a built-in power bank and protective lid. Oticon offers a remote care option to have telehealth sessions with your audiologist through the Oticon Remote Care app. Compared to cheaper over-the-counter hearing aids, the Oticon More is able to have a wider fitting range, working with mild to severe hearing losses. They're able to be paired with expert audiologists who can offer professional fine-tuning and adjustments of the hearing aids, giving you better outcomes. The Oticon More have tinnitus features, as well as Bluetooth connectivity, rechargeable. As prescription hearing aids, the Oticon More are far superior than cheaper over-the-counter devices that you may find at a drugstore. The Oticon More are considered receiver in the canal devices, which are the most popular type. There's two models. One has a standard receiver in the canal, and the other has what's called a telecoil, which allows you to connect in and loop into certain systems like at a theater or different public spaces or an auditorium where there's an option to change into the telecoil mode. which you can hear more clearly in those kinds of large settings. All of the models with Oticon More are rechargeable, as well as connecting to iPhone and Android devices for changes through your smartphone. The Oticon On app is the smartphone app where you can adjust the hearing aids by pressing different buttons. The app has an overall 2.8 star rating with more than 6,000 ratings between Apple and the Google Play Store. That's better than the average hearing aid app, still not great, but likely due to some bugs that were in previous app generations that have now been updated. The Oticon app does work well. It's not the most sophisticated app, but it'll definitely get the job done. Oticon's app will allow you to change your hearing aid programs and volume, check hearing aid battery levels, use GPS location to find your hearing aids if they're lost, set personal listening goals of how many hours you're using the devices, and configure the app to change any other preferences you may have. Inside the Oticon app, you can adjust the tinnitus sound therapy volume and make some basic changes to those sounds. Your audiologist can help you to change from pink noise to white noise to different nature sounds. And there's some options there where you can adjust the tinnitus sound as well. Oticon More can be programmed in a face-to-face appointment or online in a remote setting. It is most standard to have Oticon More fit first in a clinic, and any remote adjustments would happen after that in-person fitting. With Oticon, it is required to use a separate app, which is called the Remote Care app, and your audiologist would walk you through exactly what to do for that situation. There are some limited settings that can happen in the Remote Care, meaning that if you have a telehealth adjustment, there's certain limitations. For example, certain kinds of tinnitus sounds cannot be adjusted, and feedback test as well as other calibration tests are not able to happen. For the Oticon More hearing aids with tinnitus, they can be programmed in various ways. One is just hearing aids and amplification. The second is with tinnitus sound therapy. And the third is a combination of the two. If you're working with an audiologist like those on our team who are experts at Treble Health in tinnitus, then we can guide you on the different ways of how to program your hearing aids. The Oticon More devices can absolutely be programmed well for hearing loss as well as tinnitus, depending on what bothers you most. Fortunately, Oticon has great sound therapy options inside of the hearing aids, including white noise, red noise, pink noise, and some custom adjustments that can be made by your audiologist through the software. The main benefit of Oticon More is the excellent sound quality. The other benefits here are the connectivity and the rechargeable system. They're all very high quality. They're all good to great. Absolutely. That's why the Oticon More received our runner-up pick for the top hearing aids for 2023. For tinnitus, for those who have tinnitus, which we also pronounce tinnitus, then there are some great options inside of the Oticon More as well, including different sound therapy features that we just spoke about and the adjustments that you can make through the Oticon On app. One drawback of the Oticon More is there are some limited telehealth functions to these devices that can affect tinnitus. That said, they're overall very well. The one drawback I wanted to mention of the Oticon More is that there are certain tinnitus features inside of the app that are limited in the telehealth model. That said, Oticon More are excellent hearing aids. Now we will discuss the best hearing aids for tinnitus relief. This is near and dear to my heart, as years ago, I decided that I wanted to specialize in working with patients who have tinnitus. I also call this tinnitus, and most medical professionals call this tinnitus. So in my audiology residency, I was exposed to the leading tinnitus and tinnitus specialists in San Francisco, California, and I ended up to work at a year-long residency at the major hospital, a very competitive program, UCSF Hospital in San Francisco. When I was working there, I had a patient drive 4 hours from Lake Tahoe, the mountains in California, just to see me for an appointment for tinnitus. They had already been to 2 local doctors in their hometown, and they were told there's nothing they can do for tinnitus. But the truth is, there are many things we can do for tinnitus, and tinnitus is a condition that can improve over time. The patient that drove 4 hours to see me was impressed with the information that was shared and felt relieved knowing their options for tinnitus. One of those options are ear-level devices on the ears, where an audiologist like myself can program those devices for your tinnitus. So this may be why you're watching this video, or may be relevant to you if you have ringing in the ears and are looking for ways to manage it. you're probably going to search something like best hearing aids for tinnitus. And in this video, we're going to cover what, in my opinion, are the best hearing aids for tinnitus in 2023. The truth is that many hearing aids can be programmed well for tinnitus, but there's one group who really specializes in tinnitus and works nationwide that is the top choice for where to get hearing aids for tinnitus in 2023. A few years after that patient saw me at the clinic in San Francisco, I decided to start this YouTube channel to educate those on management options and treatment options for tinnitus. After I developed a significant audience on YouTube, I started an online telehealth company that provided excellent, top quality care for tinnitus via Zoom sessions and shipping medical devices, hearing aids for tinnitus, to the home of different patients. The results were exceptional, and based on what we've found, the telehealth online model works well for patients who are in need of tinnitus relief. The Treble Health Bundle are the best hearing aids for tinnitus in 2023. Treble Health is the name of the company that I started, and we now have over 10 employees and are growing rapidly to provide the great need that is available for those who have bothersome ringing in the ears. The Treble Health Bundle comes in two options. One is for those who have a very mild degree of hearing loss or no hearing loss at all and just have tinnitus. The other option are for those who have a significant degree of hearing loss, who are noticing trouble hearing and with speech clarity, and also have bothersome tinnitus. There is a difference in price with those different bundles with Treble Health, depending on whether you have a significant hearing loss or not. And the purpose of that is to make sure that those who have a hearing loss, we want to give them excellent quality hearing aids from leading manufacturers of these devices. Those who just have a tinnitus problem, we don't need expensive hearing aids to solve that problem. We can use devices that are excellent for tinnitus, but are more entry level for hearing loss. And that's an important distinction to make, is that if your main problem is tinnitus, then you can take the top tier of technology, the newest line of technology from different manufacturers of devices, and you can use those entry-level devices for your tinnitus, and they perform just as well as the top-of-the-line devices from that same manufacturer. So let's get into the specifics on the Treble Maskers bundle and explain the benefits for those who are looking for hearing aids for tinnitus. In my opinion, the Treble Health bundle provides everything you need to reduce tinnitus fast. This includes a pair of Treble tinnitus maskers with free shipping, 11 video visits with the best tinnitus team on the internet, 5 one-on-one appointments, an extra 2 of them are included, 6 group sessions where you meet every 2 weeks for 3 months with a positive peer-to-peer support group led by audiologists, priority email and text for 3 months, an exclusive tinnitus meditation course crafted by experts, as well as tinnitus sleep headphones, which provide relief when you're trying to fall asleep or go back to sleep with ringing in your ears. All of this together create a day and night bundle that I've seen provide amazing success for patients with tinnitus. In terms of price, the Treble Health bundle comes in 2 options. The more appealing option for most is the monthly payment with 0% financing, where on a 12-month plan at no interest cost, you can have these devices with payments of less than $300 a month. The other option would be to buy the devices outright, and that would cost just over $3,000 for the pair. That's a significant discount compared to what these kinds of devices, plus all of the bonuses mentioned in the bundle, would cost from a local clinic. Plus, you add in the factor that most local clinics don't specialize in tinnitus. So I'm proud to share that this is what Treble Health has come up with over years of fine-tuning and specializing tinnitus treatment. Overall, that's what the Treble Health bundle can provide for those who are looking for hearing aids for tinnitus. And often what we find is the hearing aids are a great start and a great foundation, but when we add on these other bonuses like the one-on-one expert appointments, the group sessions, the meditation course, and the sleep headband, the sleep headphones, that overall this creates a treatment where you can reduce tinnitus fast with everything you need, and you can get relief during the day as well as at night. To take advantage of the Treble Health bundle for tinnitus, please go to treblehealth.com, and that's where you can find all of the information, be able to sign up, ask questions, and get started on your journey with tinnitus relief. This is something that our team is really passionate about, and we know there's a lot of challenges out there when you're trying to solve tinnitus. So please let us help you, and this is how you can do it. That's TrebleHealth.com. Type that into your computer, search that on Google, Treble Health, and you'll find the links to this Treble Health Tinnitus Maskers bundle, which I would highly recommend. This is something after years of testing and working closely with the community that we've created this. So go to TrebleHealth.com, tell them that Dr. Ben sent you. You'll find that we are a group of independent, highly compassionate professionals and audiologists that work 100% with tinnitus patients. That means we're very close to the newest research, the best solutions, and how to create a comprehensive management plan. Give the Treble Health bundle a try, and I promise you won't regret it. There is a 45-day money-back guarantee period where if for whatever reason the treatment was not working for you, then you can return it. We do have those payment plans. Randy worked with Treble Health, and he found that we had the best hearing aids for tinnitus. Let's hear what he had to say.
I am continuing to make improvement every day. I feel like Treble Health literally gave me my life back. I was questioning my entire future and what it would be like, and now I no longer question that at all.
Go to TrebleHealth.com to learn more. Next up on our list, we have the GN Resound Omnium. These are premium hearing aids that you will also find at a local audiology clinic, as well as some online options. The Resound Omnia 9 receiver in the canal hearing aids have 10 frequency bands that can be adjusted in the software by your audiologist. This version of Resound hearing aids seems to be better for speech understanding and sound quality, as cited in internal white papers from the company, providing better speech improvement than their previous products. Through the Resound hearing aids, you can stream phone calls, music, podcasts, and all of that to your phone, depending on the different phone compatibility. We put Resound hearing aids on this list because they have excellent telehealth features, and I believe that telehealth will become more and more of a differentiator in how you make decisions on purchasing hearing aids. You want the most flexibility, you want the most convenience. Most of these hearing aids have great sound quality, so the differences in sound quality between the leading brands is sometimes hard to tell the difference, but certain features can make a big game changer depending on your lifestyle and how busy you are. Having telehealth adjustment options is huge, and what Resound can offer through their remote care platform is live assistance, which means what we call synchronous visits, where we're on a call together and I can go in through your app and adjust the Resound hearing aids. There's also what we call asynchronous visits, where it's remote fine tuning. So I can send an update to your app. You can press a button and then your hearing aids will automatically change. So that's really useful if you wanted to send me a text and you said, hey, I'm having trouble with my hearing aids. Can you help me out? And then our team at Treble, for example, we could send information to the devices and then you could adjust them through the app. So that's an example of how the Resound remote care can work for an audiologist who is set up to do so. Resound comes with multiple charger options, a premium, standard, or desktop. Each of them provide up to 30 hours of use when fully charged. Resound uses a system called organic hearing, where certain amplification of sounds helps stimulate your brain as it naturally processes all the sound information coming in. For those who have cochlear implants, Resound has partnered with Cochlear, which is the leading cochlear implant company, to have seamless integrations between your hearing aids and your cochlear implant. Cochlear implants, those are for patients who have a severe to profound hearing loss. Resound has created a great tinnitus app called the ReSound Relief app, which can be used to customize different sounds that can alleviate tinnitus. But it's worth noting here that you do not need the Resound hearing aids to use the ReSound Relief app. As long as your hearing aids have good Bluetooth streaming, then you can have that ReSound Relief app through any hearing aid. Compared to cheap over-the-counter hearing aids, these Resound, as well as other top brands, are far superior. They are prescription level hearing aids that can be fine-tuned and adjusted by an audiologist. They have more advanced features, connectivity, sound quality. So even though they are more expensive than over-the-counter hearing aids, it's for good reason because they are more high quality in most cases. The RESOUND Omnia are receiver in the canal devices, which is the most popular style of hearing aids, and they come in 3 models. The first is a standard rechargeable, the second is a disposable battery with a size 312 battery, and the third is a disposable battery with size 13 battery. All models can directly connect to Apple and Android devices for smartphone connectivity, Bluetooth streaming, phone calls. And RESOUND uses the Smart 3D app. It has an average rating of 4.5 stars between Apple and Google. So 4.5 out of 5 stars is a great rating. And what this shows me is that the app has never had any bugs. So if you're someone who likes to make a lot of adjustments to your hearing aids or your tinnitus sound therapy, then RESOUND could be a good choice for you because the Smart 3D app allows you to change the hearing aid programs, the volume, check the battery levels, find my hearing aid if it's lost. You can ask for assistance from your audiologist. I'm an audiologist, so of course we like extra features there to connect with us. Additionally, you can have different favorite programs for tinnitus relief on Smart 3D. You can really do a lot with adjusting your tinnitus sound therapy. You can use different levels of modulation to the sound. You can set pink noise, white noise, nature sound like a creek, an ocean, or a river. The adjustments that you make can stay on the devices as a favorite program, and then your audiologist can adjust it at your follow-up visit. And you can also shape the noise as an equalizer in the Smart 3D. So as I said earlier, these devices are very flexible for an audiologist like myself. You can obtain them in a face-to-face appointment to have the devices fit on your ears, or remotely in the telehealth model, which at Treble Health, we love the telehealth model for its convenience and ease of use and better pricing. Live assistance for tinnitus really allows all kinds of adjustments. The remote fine-tuning also allows changes and updates for someone who's looking for help with tinnitus. So all this to say, the RESOUND hearing aids are great for someone who has hearing loss, tinnitus, or a combination of the two. And if you're working with an audiology expert like those at Treble, the ability to fine-tune hearing aids for tinnitus and hearing loss together really is a game changer. Main benefits of the RESOUND Omnia hearing aids are that the sound quality is good to great. The rechargeable system is great, and the app control and the connectivity is excellent. So with all of those features in mind, if you just have hearing loss and are looking for help, these are a good option. If you also have tinnitus, then you should know that the main benefits here are that the tinnitus sound therapy can be adjusted through the app as well as through the audiologist software, either live or what's called asynchronous, meaning sending a notification and an update through your app. So it gives a lot of flexibility if you're someone who knows that you want to have the specific programming of sound therapy. Maybe you're someone who's very particular about constantly adjusting things, tinkering with the sound for your tinnitus, then these devices would be a good choice because they give you, the user, a lot of control. Now, that's maybe not necessary for all kinds of patients, because if we work with you and we fit devices like these well the first time, then you wouldn't necessarily need to tinker with it and fine-tune it all the time. One drawback, in my opinion, is that the buttons on the device, depending on the model you get, sometimes the buttons are limited where they only have one button per side. And personally, I would need an up and a down on each hearing aid. So that's just a personal preference that some of the RESOUND Omnia models do not have, but because they have a strong Bluetooth connectivity and app control, that it might not be necessary. Next up, we have the SIGNIA AX platform, and the price range for this are also in line with the other premium hearing aids, where if you are to get them at a local clinic, they're typically between $5,000 and $7,000 for a pair of these devices. On our list, SIGNIA AX gets the vote for the best rechargeable devices, specifically for the SIGNIA Pure Charge and Go TAX for 2023. Let's compare them with other products. First, the SIGNIA Pure Charge and Go 7 is their premium line. They also have the SIGNIA Stiletto, which is another model, and both of those are receiver in the canal hearing aids. The Charge and Go being a more standard looking hearing aid style, the Stiletto a more modern, sleek, tall and skinny and thin device. They both sit up and behind the ear. Each of them have 20 frequency bands that can be adjusted in the software by your audiologist. These devices are in the running for the best sound quality. They're not the top tier Phonak or Oticon in our opinion. However, they are a major hearing aid brand and do provide excellent sound quality. Inside the SIGNIA AX platform, along with the rechargeable devices that we are going to go into depth on, they also have many features that can improve the listening experience, including improving echoes with Echo Shield, improving speech with augmented speech understanding, and improving the sound quality of your own voice through amplification with Own Voice Processing 2.0. These devices are great for streaming, Bluetooth, phone calls, podcasts. They connect to Apple and Android devices. They also come in an option for you to have a cross hearing aid, which are for single-sided deafness patients. SIGNIA comes with many tinnitus sound therapy options, as well as notch therapy, which is a proprietary software programming for tinnitus. SIGNIA gets our nod for the rechargeable batteries because of the reliability of the charger, the ease of use for those who want a quick charge, or for those who have some dexterity problems of getting the device into the charger appropriately, as well as different options. So their rechargeable options do work with most of their line of devices in the receiver in the canal. The rechargeable is their standard. As I said earlier, it's a reliable system. There's also some other options with smaller devices that have disposable batteries. The Pure Charge and Go TAX, which is the leading line that we're talking about for the best rechargeable hearing aid in 2023, have up to 36 hours of use on a single charge. There are 3 charger options, including desktop, portable, and a UV light integrated charging option. The SIGNIA app allows you to control your hearing aids by changing the programs, adjusting the volume. It also has connectivity and a remote control, as well as telehealth, all in one central app. The average rating of the SIGNIA app is 2.5 out of 5 stars, which is in the lower end of quality compared to different apps. However, what we see is that this was just because there were some bugs in previous generations, but those bugs have been fixed, and some bad ratings from previous years stay with the companies in the App Store. For tinnitus, you can use the SIGNIA app to change the tinnitus sound therapy. And once your devices are paired to your phone, then the app will read out the tinnitus sound therapy settings that you have, and you can adjust the volume of the different sound therapy through the app. Each ear can be adjusted independently, and that provides a lot of flexibility for the sound settings when you're considering tinnitus. For how the devices are programmed and set up, there's 2 options. One is to go face-to-face with an appointment at a local audiology clinic. The second is to pursue these hearing aids remotely. As an online telehealth company, our group of doctors at Treble Health, we are audiologists that specialize in tinnitus and hearing conditions, and we know that the online option is a great choice, and SIGNIA does have great flexibility with both. Inside the SIGNIA app, you can have remote adjusting of the devices in a live manner where as we're having a visit, I can send you the updates and it can adjust in your ears in real time. There are some limitations to that model. However, that does work quite well in most cases. And then also you can adjust the hearing loss settings. That means not only are these good and can work for patients who have tinnitus, but also for those who have hearing loss and tinnitus together. So for those reasons, the SIGNIA devices do work well. Now, if you just had hearing loss, I wouldn't choose the SIGNIA devices over Phonak or Oticon unless you like the style of the stiletto model, or you really wanted the rechargeable system that comes with SIGNIA. The tinnitus sound therapy settings include white noise, pink noise, high-pitched noise, ocean waves of different kinds, as well as notch therapy, which is not something that's highly based in evidence, but there is some evidence to show that notch therapy can be useful for some individuals with tinnitus. The overall benefits of SIGNIA for the best hearing aids this year is the rechargeable system, followed by the telehealth experience and the different styles, including the stiletto device. A drawback is that the company SIGNIA does not have the best reputation for sound quality compared to some of our other competitors on this list, like Phonak or Oticon. Additionally, if you are in need of help with tinnitus, the main differentiator with Signia would be the notch therapy. However, in my opinion, that's something that's hardly used by professionals, and the Treble Health bundle provides a much more comprehensive approach to tinnitus, including sound therapy and one-on-one care. Next up on our list is the Widex Moment. Widex is a company that provides hearing aids for those with hearing loss, as well as some options for sound therapy for those who have tinnitus. And for that reason, they come on our list as one of the top contenders, one of our top choices for hearing aids for tinnitus for patients who want sound therapy options coming from the devices. Now, all of the hearing aids on this list can provide sound therapy through the devices, and they have to be adjusted by an audiologist. That statement does not apply to over-the-counter hearing aids, but it does apply to all prescription hearing aids that are on this list, including the Treble Health bundle as well. Widex Moment are premium hearing aids, and for the top level of technology, they will cost between $5,000 and $7,000 for the pair. In terms of the sound quality and processing, they use what is called pure sound technology, which is designed to reduce the artificial sounds that are commonly perceived in different fittings where the ear canal is left somewhat open based on the fitting of the device that goes inside your ear canal. There are some sound delays, so the Widex Moment has a software and computer chip that tries to compensate for that and does a good job. Widex is one of the companies that is using artificial technology in order to predict the best settings based on your environment and previous preferences that you've had based on using the hearing aids. That's not available in all Widex models, but the more premium models do have that capability. They also use something called True Acoustics, which is an algorithm that integrates the natural acoustics of your ear canal into the hearing aid settings. These devices have the cross options for patients with single-sided deafness, and most importantly, for the section of this video, they offer Zen fractal tones as an option for tinnitus management. This came about over a decade ago from a researcher from UCSF where I studied and completed my audiology residency focusing on tinnitus. Dr. Robert Sweeto, who has been interviewed on this YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe if you're not already, was one of the researchers that helped develop these Zen tones that can be played inside of the hearing aids for patients who have tinnitus, making these one of the top contenders for the best hearing aids for tinnitus. And because of that specific feature, it is proprietary and it plays musical tones which go around the pitch of the tinnitus. Some patients like it, some patients don't. But the good thing is that with Widex, you can choose to use them or choose not to. Now, would I get Widex hearing aids for that feature alone? Probably not. I would choose the Treble Health bundle for my tinnitus treatment. But if you're someone who has listened to the samples of the Zen fractal tones off of YouTube, for example, and you've determined, wow, these help me so much, then I would consider looking at your options there for Widex hearing aids, either through a local clinic, or if there is a telehealth option at the time that you're watching this video, then I would look into that. Compared to over-the-counter hearing aids, the Zen tones and the Widex hearing aids are quite different. These are prescription level hearing aids. They have tinnitus sound therapy features. Cheap over-the-counter hearing aids do not have either of those. Widex Moment receiver in the canal hearing aids come in different models. First, we have the Moment RIC, which is a small rechargeable model. The second is the RIC 10, which is their smallest device. It does have a disposable size 10 battery, and additionally, they have a larger size with a disposable battery. Most patients choose the rechargeable model these days. The Widex Moment comes with multiple charger options, including a standard option with a 4-hour charge can provide a full day of listening, 16 to 29 hours, and a 30-minute charge can deliver up to 4 hours of power using the devices with Bluetooth or without Bluetooth. All of the Widex Moment models can have connectivity to iPhone or Android devices, which means that you can stream phone calls, Bluetooth, and tinnitus sound therapy from a whole variety of apps through your hearing aids. There are 3 total apps that are managed by Widex. One is the Widex Moment app, second is Widex Zen, and third is Widex Remote Care. The Widex Moment 440 receiver in the canal hearing aids are the premium option. They have 15 frequency bands that can be adjusted in the software by your audiologist. Inside the Widex Moment app, you can adjust the hearing aid sound quality settings, you can change the programs, you can customize your favorite settings. Overall, the Widex devices have a 2.5 star rating between Apple and Google Play Store. That's not great, but it is in line with other leading devices. And probably again, because the rating is low, makes us wonder why is that? Well, sometimes there's bugs and people leave bad reviews, but then the bugs get fixed and the bad reviews stay. The second app, which I mentioned, the Widex Zen app, can be used on any device with Bluetooth, so that's excellent for us to know. The Widex Zen app offers tinnitus management strategies, including Zen fractal tones and others. The Widex Remote Care app offers remote device management and the ability for the audiologist to connect with your devices in a remote video appointment. There is a drawback of this, is that with the Widex devices, you must wear a necklace called the Remote Link device that you have to wear during your remote appointments. So for this very reason, these devices are rarely recommended for patients who want the telehealth flexibility of making adjustments without having to go into the clinic. To adjust the tinnitus sound therapy through the Widex Moment hearing aids via the app, you can go into the Zen program and use the volume slider. No adjustments are available other than volume, and you cannot adjust the ears independently. If your Zen Plus is activated in the devices, then you can go ahead and have that adjustment capability. These devices are typically programmed in a face-to-face environment where you're at a clinic working with your audiologist, and certain follow-up appointments can happen remotely. You must wear that remote link necklace if you do want those follow-ups to happen. So it's not the end of the world, but again, it's not something that's commonly recommended for patients who are active or younger, or just really want the remote flexibility of telehealth. These devices can work very well for patients who don't have any tinnitus. So if you have just hearing loss, these will work well for you. But if you're looking for the best hearing aids for tinnitus as well as hearing loss, I personally would go with the Treble Health bundle, but the Widex devices should be considered. If the Zen tones provide a lot of relief for you, then you can consider the Widex devices. Now I will present our best pick for the over-the-counter hearing aids for 2023. It is worth noting that this video is being made in December 2022, and we are expecting many new over-the-counter devices to come into the hearing aid market in 2023. However, at the time making this video, we decided to select the Jabra Enhanced model as the leading choice. This is a company that used to be called Lively Hearing Aids, and they partnered with the manufacturer RESOUND to create some low-cost hearing aids that are competing with Costco and other leading online hearing aids. If you can find these hearing aids for under $2,500 and you just have a hearing loss that's not very complex and you've gotten a hearing test that's in the mild to moderate range, then Jabra, who used to be called Lively, offers the models of hearing aids that I would really consider. And I think it's one of the best values out there. As I said earlier, it is really competing with Costco for that market of patients who are looking for a very affordable hearing aid that has good sound quality, that's manufactured by a leading, brand of hearing aids, something that's going to stay around for a while and has a lot of support from that manufacturer. For all those reasons, Jabra Enhance is a really good option. If you're someone who has more than a moderate degree of hearing loss, then definitely do not get any over-the-counter hearing aid. You need prescription level hearing aid. If you're someone who has trouble with technology, is not good with phones or apps, then I wouldn't use the Jabra Enhance hearing aid either. If you have tinnitus and are looking for help with tinnitus relief, I would not use the Jabra Enhance model. I would use the Treble bundle. Overall, the benefits of the Jabra Enhance are that they are affordable, high quality devices, and a convenient model that you can get them shipped to your house. Some of the drawbacks are that there's a higher risk for error when you don't need a hearing loss to get these devices, and the programming and fine tuning can be wrong because it's not based off of a hearing test. As well as with telehealth, there is a risk that the hearing aid settings are significantly off, and for the online provider to not use real ear measures, it does provide a risk for any of these over-the-counter or just do it on your own hearing aids. Now, Jabra does have professionals. They do have audiologists that work on the team. So for all of those reasons, you can consider those for your affordable choice for hearing aids. Knowing that they're not the top of the line devices, they really don't compare to the premium Phonax or the premium Oticons that were mentioned on this list. But for more mild to moderate cases of hearing loss, they are really designed to do a good job for that. And I would check out the Jabra Enhance if that's of interest to you. To round out this list, we added a bonus, which is the best artificial intelligence hearing aid, and we chose the Starkey Evolve AI. These are premium hearing aids that have some advanced features that are worth knowing about. The Starkey Evolve AI 2400 receiver in the canal hearing aids have 24 frequency bands that can be adjusted by your audiologist. In terms of sound quality and processing, there are millions of automatic adjustments that happen every hour with the Evolve AI hearing aids. They're using the artificial intelligence to provide health tracking, engagement tracking, fall detection, and more. They even have something called an edge mode, which provides an automatic assessment of listening environment and optimizes the settings for you. They do have two-way audio, which means that you can take calls from your hearing aids, plus the microphones of the hearing aids will pick up your voice and stream it back to the phone call. That means that your phone calls can be truly hands-free. The Thrive app comes with different health tracking features for Starkey. You can also take music, podcasts, stream them through your ears. There is some remote programming options through Starkey called the TeleHealth, which is a remote programming telehealth model. There are cross options for single-sided deafness. Compared to over-the-counter hearing aids, again, Starkey is one of those companies that's a prescription level hearing aid, so typically better sound quality and more reliable devices, more expensive as well. The Starkey devices can be programmed for hearing loss, tinnitus, or both conditions at the same time. Starkey Evolve AI receiver in the canal devices come in multiple models. They have different very small models called the micro RIC, or they have various degrees of the RIC receiver in the canal models as well. Most of those models are rechargeable, which is what patients typically tend to opt in for in 2023. The Starkey models can provide connectivity through Bluetooth via Android or iPhone. I have seen a fair amount of complaints about the Bluetooth connectivity through these Starkey devices, which is worth noting. In terms of the app, the Starkey Thrive app allows you to control hearing aids, change programs, change settings. It has an average 2.4 out of 5-star rating, which is slightly better than some of the other apps on this list. The Thrive Care allows you to manage your health, and in that way, tracking falls, tracking health outcomes. It is different than the other hearing aids, but to me, sound quality is much more important than those health tracking features. So that's why the Starkey Evolve AI hearing aid is not number one in terms of the best hearing aids for this year. And through the Thrive app, you can adjust your tinnitus sound generator, tinnitus sound therapy, by changing the gain of the tinnitus sound therapy, adjusting the modulations. Both ears are linked, so you cannot adjust each ear individually. These devices can be programmed in a face-to-face audiology environment, or they can be adjusted and fine-tuned remotely. Overall, these are a good option for those who have hearing loss or tinnitus. Starkey is not the most popular hearing aid brand amongst audiologists, and in terms of sound quality, typically Phonak or Oticon would get the nod for best hearing aids. And that's why those companies are making our list for the best overall hearing aids for 2023. However, every now and then there's new technology, and the Starkey Evolve AI gets our vote for the best AI hearing aids. My name is Dr. Ben Thompson. I'm your YouTube audiologist. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and visit TrebleHealth.com if you are in need of help for tinnitus and hearing aids for tinnitus. Thanks again for being here. Like this video if it was helpful, write any questions below, and I'll see you on the next video once you subscribe. Take care. Bye. Thank you for watching today's video with Treble Health. Check out our next video by clicking the button on this screen or another recommended video. And if you're not already, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks so much. See you on the next video.